Hi, my name is Newell Davis with World Composting, and today we're going to take a look at our urban worm bag that we started about 35 days ago or so. It's been 20 days since our last update, and the worms, the last time we checked in, had been in there for about 2 weeks or 14 days. So with that, I've been letting the system sit for a lot longer than normal, and I encourage you to do the same thing when you're first starting up a bin. The worms are still acclimating to the system. They're still getting used to it. You still want to monitor, make sure that there's moisture, make sure that they're healthy and happy and they're not fleeing somewhere. But you don't want to add a lot of food or disturb them a lot. You really want to give them time to sort of work into the system and get used to it. So with that, we're probably going to add some food. We might add some more bedding material. We'll probably add some more moisture. But we're really not going to add a whole lot. The whole point is to let the worms sort of acclimate to the system, as I keep saying. You really want to make sure they get time to work into the system. They're going to eat the bedding. The bedding is food to them. So that cardboard or paper you're adding to the system, that is a food source as long as there's microbes on it. So with that, let's go take a look at the system and see how it's doing. All right, here is our urban worm bag system. Let's go ahead and open this up here. All right, so with that, let me grab a glove here. I do believe in wearing gloves, as I've said multiple times on my videos. And I do have links to these gloves down below. Wonder Grip gloves. So, all right. So first off, you can see right now, this is drying out on the sides. Oh, a couple worms right on top here. Look at that. That's a good sign. They're coming up to the top. The bubble wrap has a little bit of moisture on it. Some of the bubbles have deflated. That happens. It's just a matter of just kind of, what's great about this bubble wrap is these little perforations allow air to get in between here so you get some transfer of air through the system. So I'm going to move that off to the side, and we're just going to kind of dig in here. Now, I don't really recommend digging into your systems as much as I do. I do that for the camera, I do that for you, but I really think it's better to sort of let it sit and move things, just add things to the top. So with that, you can see there's still a lot of cardboard in here. See, I am finding worms. And you can see right here, we've got a whole bunch of worms. There's a lot of living worms in here. They look nice and healthy. I'm just trying to clear some of the cardboard away, but they look nice and healthy in here. So they're doing a good job in the system here. This is actually working pretty well. Everything the way this is going. And you can see though, they're not really, there's castings in here, but there's not a lot. Now, I have a choice right now. I could add some more. By the way, this cardboard on the side, you can hear it, completely dried out. So that's what happens when you don't have that cover that's right down low next to it that just dries out like that. So that's where you really want to have that bubble wrap right above it. So that way the moisture gets reflected back into the bedding and everything. Now this does look a little bit dry, but not too bad. But what we're going to do is just going to dig down here. Now again, I would not recommend digging typically. I just want to dig down and just see what's going on. So there's still food in here. I don't know if you can see that or not, but there is still food in here. I can see some also, it looks like maybe some potworms. Ooh, wait, I do see a baby worm here. Let's see if I can keep it. Here we go. Whoop, I just lost it. Darn it. There was a baby worm. I promise you there was. Here we go. Baby worm. Whoop. Kind of going off camera there, but there's a baby worm right there. I think it's in frame. It's hard to tell. I'm looking at it the wrong angle for the camera, but there's a little baby worm. So that's a good sign. That means that they are multiplying in here. Now mine are used to this type of material because mine came from one of my own systems. So here's another small worm right here, another juvenile. So this is a good sign for me that they're doing this, but it's not surprising. We are starting to see some castings in here, but again, this system is a lot of cardboard, and there's a little bit of food left. I think I'm going to add some more food, though. I'm going to move, and the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to dig down in the center a little bit here, just to see what's going on. I'm just trying to see. Okay, I got a piece of cardboard down there in the bottom. If you remember, I blocked off the bottom of the system. So we're going to just go ahead and add that put that off to the side. And I'm still going to be using, and I know that not everyone has one of these, but I'm using the output from my FoodCycler. I find that this is probably one of the best things to use. For me at least, this is shelf stable. I'm just going to add, I'm not going to add a whole lot this time. I'm just going to add a little bit like that. And what you do need to add now is water though. So let me grab some water. And again, I am using fish tank water for this instead of fresh water. I know not everybody has fish tanks in their house, but it is the water that I keep down here. I don't want to always just use fresh water, and I do need to clean out my fish tank more frequently, so it's great to use this fish tank water. Now with that, actually I'm going to put that right to the side for a second. Let's just double check that there's enough moisture in here. I might need a little bit more moisture. I just want to make sure that it's enough. I'm not trying to overly saturate it, although if it does run out the bottom, that's okay too. Now I was debating on adding some more cardboard to this, but I think we're going to hold off. There's plenty of cardboard in here for this many worms, and really, we just wanted to add some more moisture to the center, a little bit more food, and we're going to just go ahead and cover that back up. Now with that, we do need to put our bubble wrap back on, and I had cardboard ready to go, but again, you can see this is a very slow process. Now the other thing I could do is I could grab another piece of bubble wrap and go across the top this way. I'm seeing a fruit fly or fungus gnat or something over here, which is always worrisome. That means I might have those in the system eventually, but I could show you how to deal with that later as well. I have some videos on that you can find, but if not, I will show what we can put in here to prevent the fruit flies and fungus gnats. But with that, you can see there is a gap over here and a gap over there. So that's again going to dry out again, those sides. That's just what's going to happen. The worms are going to, any worms you got over there, actually here's another baby worm. Another little baby. Ooh, if I can move it into the camera there. Look at that baby worm right there. I will make sure that they're underneath. There we go. So far this system is looking great. I hope if you're doing one, if you have questions, follow along in this video, and you can, hopefully if you're watching, and I've already done all these videos, you can actually follow along in all these to see how this is supposed to go for you. But if you have any questions, of course, ask down below and let me know, and I will try to respond as quick as I can. Usually within a few days, I will respond to those questions. But with that, go check out the video to see how I started this system, and check out the other videos I have on how to make biochar, or what I use as far as the pre-compost and things like that. Those are going to help you with your system as well when you're starting that out. So go check out those videos when you get a chance, and leave a comment down below and let me know what you think.